Hello, welcome back to Fred in the Shed. Not sure, one or two. Just see how this video goes. This is a completely off the bat video. Wasn't really going to make a video of this, but thought I'd like to show you this. This is something that I've been given, very, very sentimental to me. Let me just open the box here. And what we've got is back in the day, back from 1977, I think this dates from, and it's a Trafalgar LED watch. Now this was my well, still is really, my father's watch. Back in 1977, one Christmas, my mum surprised both me and my father. I got a LED digital watch, which they were quite a big thing back in 1977, and then my dad got this one, which, as I say, is a Trafalgar. There we go, it says there on the box. And this rather attractive kind of bracelet that goes into the sort of watch design there, and this sort of visor strip that obviously you got the LED sort of display underneath that. I always thought this was a very particularly attractive design. Very, very sort of space age, of course, 1970s. And yeah, I think in 2019, I think this really does look even better. It certainly looks sort of very sort of classy. Compare it to a sort of a modern watch, if you like. It's just got this very, very elegant sort of, I don't know, very sort of retro sort of classy feel. So anyway, this watch was my dad's watch. Now, unfortunately, he didn't wear this watch for very long before it suffered from a fault, and I believe it was sent away for repair. And as far as I remember, I got a feeling it sort of came back and they kind of said that it couldn't be repaired. Now, I can't remember the original fault. I think it was something to do with the setting. I think the crystal, or the LED display was still working, because there was obviously a really, really high failure rate on these very early 1970s LED watches. I mean, what happened was companies like Trafalgar, you can sort of see the Trafalgar sort of square and the Nelson's column there on the background. They all tried to sort of cash in on sort of watches. Now, obviously, you know, Trafalgar, a watch company, when it came to these LED watches, they kind of didn't really sort of care where they got the modules from. I'm pretty sure the module inside this will have been made in sort of Hong Kong at a very, very sort of cheap price. Probably not the cheapest, but certainly a very, very cheap price. And the failure rate was really, really high with these sort of LED watches. And of course, they didn't last very long before LCD came along, because these were so sort of battery sort of dependent. Right, so as far as I'm aware, this watch has not been opened and since it came back from the jewellers or the repair shop in around about 1977, possibly 1978. Now, as I say, it would have had mercury batteries at the time. They notoriously leak. They would actually cause havoc on the board. I'm hoping that whoever tried to fix this watch had the sense to not return it with the batteries actually, you know, inside the watch itself. Looking at the back here, I don't think these normally pop off. Yeah, I've got a little arrow there, so I'm just going to pop this off. Oh, there you go. That was easy. So there goes there's the back. It says Trafalgar on it, stainless steel. Oh, okay, and straight away, there you go, little rubber sort of seal there for water tightness. And yeah, there you go. It's been returned without the batteries, which is good. I can see there's a little bit of sort of abrasion now, scraping on the board itself. Obviously, the guy tried to see if he could get the contacts to sort of adhere and sort of to work. Can't really see so I'll be out of focus. Can't really see a great deal at this stage. I'm going to carefully try and get this plastic shroud away. Make sure I stay in shot. As I say, not very prepared. Oh, the whole thing's coming away. Okay, I can handle that. So that's the module itself. Got the sort of crystal there at the bottom. Now, these things were notoriously bad for failing. You know, it just, everything late 70s, we've already got sort of surface mount technology on the board here. That's well beyond anything that I could possibly solder myself, unfortunately. Got a processor little chip there. That, I imagine that would be counting the frequency from the crystal. I think they normally were about 32 megahertz, and then that would sort of transfer that, if you like, or work that out, and then it would display the time. Quite a nice sort of big sort of classic LED sort of display there. I mean, just don't seem to make them like that anymore. I don't think they can. I think they've lost the art of it. Now this should separate. So I can't see any damage to this board. Just looking at it, there's no corrosion on it, which is amazing for something as old as this. So I get this apart really carefully. And there we go. So really not much to say, is there? Really? That's quite interesting. Can you just see that? I don't know if that's coming out. There's a little trimmer pot just there with a little sort of square kind of lug in it. So that must be for just adjusting the timing, what's coming out of the crystal there. And you've got a little tiny adjustment, which is unusual. I've not seen that before. Not that I've taken many of these apart. I have to say, by the way, anyone that's watching this that's not a Fred in the Shed viewer, I know nothing about these watches whatsoever. This is the first time I've ever really taken one of these apart. So looking at it, other than these scratches here on the sort of circuit board to try and improve the contact of the batteries, little tiny, I think there's a few little scratches there on these contacts. Can't see that anything stands out as being obviously wrong. That's probably about all I can do. Anyway, going to go away and get some batteries. And look, once I've checked which ones I need, and I'm back in a sec. I'm back. And there we go. It works out these Duracell 357 SR44s. These are silver oxide. According to the internet, these will possibly be about the same size of the original Mercury batteries. And I was able to pick these up at my local Tesco. They do camera batteries, batteries for remote controls, hearing aids, stuff like that. And got a couple of batteries. So I think I'll crack into this and we'll put this back together, put a couple of batteries in and, well, just, see what happens. I can't do much else. I know it's broken, but not quite sure. Hopefully the display will light up and we'll go from there. Okay, got the batteries out of the packet, which is quite a fight, to be honest. Okay, so this appears to be positive. Drops down there. They seem to be about the right size. Seem to fit perfectly. I just don't want to put too much pressure on that board, and if it cracks, it's game over. Put it back on and hope for the best. There's a little arrow here just to get me to line this up. Hopefully I'm not going to put the seal on because I don't want to create any more pressure. Hopefully there's not going to be a cracking sound when I do this. I'm a bit nervous about this, to be honest. But here goes. Oh, it's a lot of pressure. It doesn't seem to want to... Oh, it's gone. Is it gone? And it's dead, nothing. Oh! Did you see that? Oh, nothing. Of course, you've got to bloody press it, haven't you? It's an LED watch. Wow, 000. And oh, it's not happy. Bit of contacts. It's flickering about a little bit, but hopefully you can see that. I think that's the second. There you go. 11:46. Or 48. I wonder if that's the second count. I wonder what the 11 is. Is that the date? 00. But the module's working. Which, that is the thing that I think that normally fails on these, whether it's the crystal. But there you go. 01. It's counting. Oh, it's fantastic. It's working. Oh dear. I'm not counting my chickens, but that's weird. That is working. Okay, you're right. I've read a little bit on the instructions here. So it appears that you just have to press the hour minute button, hold that in, and then also just press the adjust button, and it should. There you go. So it's 2 AM. So I want 4 PM. Yeah, that's working. Can you see that? You can't see it, can you? Oh, that's really annoying. Maybe I can just get it on camera there. 2, 3, 4. Well, that worked. Let me just change my glasses. It comes to us all. So now, 4:04. Now, how do I get the minutes? So set hours, blah, 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 blah. Right, there we are. So try and get that off. Just hold down, there you go, 4:25. And that, I know it's coming out a little bit out of focus on the camera. Can't seem to get it. Oh, there you go, that's a little bit better. But that is crystal sharp. That is a lot sharper, and that's coming out on screen. And then that one gives you the 11 and then the seconds. I'm not quite sure what the 11 would be, whether that would be the day of the 11th, or I'll have to go back to my instructions and see. but it's working. I mean, I don't know. It just, things don't fix themselves, do they? I mean, the contacts were a little bit dodgy around the buttons there, but I am absolutely blown away. Dad will want it back now. No, I don't. I don't think he will. He can have it back if he wants it. Oh, look at that! Look. So, yeah, there we go. A Trafalgar 1977 visor style watch. I don't suppose these are worth anything. You know, I imagine if you looked on eBay or something, I don't imagine these are particularly valuable anymore. But to me, that is fantastic. This is a watch that I've admired ever since, as I say, you know, back to my childhood. And there you go. I think the next thing now will be to adjust the strap. I've got a very, very skinny wrist, unfortunately. And I'll put I need to put the seal back in. And just clean it up a little bit, very carefully. And I'm struggling a little bit. I've managed to get one of these little joining links out, but it was all sort of really kind of seized up, I suppose, 40 years old. Got these little sliding kind of pegs, if you like, that sort of slide along, but they're really not moving, so I've just had to put a little bit of contact spray on there, trying to get some lubrication in. But yeah, it's a bit of a struggle. Resurrecting the watch was so far really, really easy. I do believe it's still working, saying that. Yeah, there you go. Yeah, the watch is still working, it's just that the strap's going to be more of a challenge, which is kind of the way it goes, but I'm going to carry on. Well, it couldn't last, could it? The good luck couldn't last. If something's broke, it's obviously broke for a reason. And yeah, just sort of cleaning the sort of strap up and adjusted it. And then all we've got now is come up on the screen is the digit 5. And it doesn't matter, whatever I do to any of the buttons, we just get 5 come up. I don't know if that's an error code. I'm probably thinking that it is. So I'm going to reset the watch, but I think this might have been the original fault. I imagine this was probably what was happening. It was just sort of freezing up there, and yeah, that's a bit disappointing. What that could be, I'm really not sure. It might be the processor just kind of overloading or something and having a bit of a flip. Not much I can really do. Not much I can really do for that if that is the fault, unfortunately. What a shame, because it's such a lovely looking piece and it's cleaned up really, really nice. So yeah, I'm going to reset it and give it another go, but I've got a feeling, yeah, I think I'm pretty much doomed on that. I think it's down the dungy. Yeah, it's a shame, isn't it? But I think that probably is the original fault. Put the back on, and we've just got the 1 digit coming up now. I assume it makes no difference really what I push. I think we can do a reset if we push all 3. I don't know if I can do that on camera, but yeah, makes no difference, unfortunately. It's got the digit. Yeah, that seems to be the error. I will reset it. I will leave it off a little bit longer, but I think that is the error. So yeah, set 1970s LED watches, just not very reliable. You know, everything was done at a real sort of cheap price, and unfortunately, sort of failure. If anyone is watching this in the future, because I will be keeping the watch, of course, it has got sentimental value. If anyone's watching this in the future and knows how to fix it, or if there is a simple fix, which I can't imagine there is, please leave it in the comments. But as for now, there you go. Just thought I'd, you know, do this just so you sort of take you along, show something a little bit different on Fred in the Shed too. Cheers. Thanks for watching, and yeah, well, catch you all on the next one. Cheers.